So anyways, welcome.
That's a good way to start it off.
As soon as you start, we're like, welcome everyone, just open a big bag of Doritos. You know, that reminds me, oh, by the way, welcome everyone to the second official The New Boston podcast. Whenever I'm like doing anything at night, I think like everyone in the house is going to hear, did you ever like, you know, like when you live with your parents and you would like eat an Oreo at night, it'd be like, crunch.
I do it all the time. My dad always wakes up. He's like, what the hell is that? Robbers? No.
I'm like, I'm chewing it. I'm like, can everyone hear this as loud as me? I think just whatever you're doing, the volume gets cranked up like 1,000
10
times.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
crazy.
when you fart.
Oh man, that's the loudest.
Especially with you.
But I got some interesting stories for today.
I bet you don't, but okay.
I got like 3 stories.
Oh, okay.
And I want to hear your opinion on them.
I don't want to get
Most of them, looking through them, are about teenage girls. It just ended up that way.
Oh,
but this one's kind of a crazy one. So you might have heard about this in the news that a 17-year-old girl was detained by the TSA because she had a gun design on her purse.
Do you want to explain what the TSA is to everyone out there?
The TSA for, I don't even know if they have this in other countries. They have to have some form of airport security. But it's basically like, I think that they always had like airport security, but I think this organization was put in place after 9/11 to kind of, you know, fix the problem of people blowing up our planes. So right now they're in charge of, you know, all the security for the airlines and stuff. And people have been complaining because they're like, okay, I don't want...
wait a minute. You're talking about when they give them, like, body cavity searches and everything?
Yeah, like those guys.
Yeah, I think that's getting a little too overboard. But you got to the fact now you can't trust anyone that goes on your planes because it could, like, blow up or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. People complain, like, okay, I don't... First they were doing, like, body scans, which is like, okay...
I know people are complaining about that, but it's either your safety or you get touched up. So suck it up.
Yeah, both of them suck. But you know what sucks more, like having your boobs felt maybe, or
if it's a really ugly chick doing it, it's a complete difference about it, or an ugly dude.
Or like a...
Be like, no, I refuse.
Yeah, but
right, guess you're walking.
Even though it sucks, and it is uncomfortable, there's no denying that. But
no, I know, but we have gotten to the point where you can't trust anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it doesn't suck as much as having a bomb blow up when you're in a plane.
Bomb, getting felt up, I think I'll take getting felt up.
But I'm usually for the TSA, and I'm like, you know what? You know what's going to happen. When you go to the airport, you're either going to get scanned or, maybe patted down if you're suspicious. And I'm usually for like, okay, if you don't want to experience that, don't fly. But in this case, this girl had like a gun design, and it wasn't even like a realistic gun whatsoever.
What do you mean, like on her purse or something?
Yeah, it wasn't like a gun in her purse
like a
or a fake gun
drawing or something.
It was like an old Texas revolver. It looked like an old Western purse, and it looked like it was like in sequins because outside it they had like sparkle rhinestones and stuff.
So it's bejeweled, is what you're saying, or bedazzled.
That's what it looks like. And the TSA, it said they detained her, so like they took her into place and like held her. And they said that it was considered a replica weapon, which is our ban. Because, obviously you can't bring, like, a BB gun that looks like a real gun. So
what they're saying is you can draw things and bring them to life and pull them out to make them real.
I mean,
the concept here.
I mean, like I said, I'm usually for a TSA, but someone is a complete idiot if they can't say, okay, is that a design on a purse or a weapon?
I don't really understand the point of detaining someone for a drawing. I mean, what is the nature of that? It's like, oh, that could shoot off at any time.
That's
it's a
thing.
drawing.
I mean, how stupid do you have to be to even think that?
I don't know.
I think that everyone is just so freaked out. Ever since 9/11 happened, people have just been going absolutely crazy. I remember remember the Columbine shootings where a bunch of people like shot at the school? After that, there was a kindergartner I was hearing about that did this.
Gun? Oh.
And he got, like, suspended for it in a kindergarten.
They don't want to take any chances with that. Even if you talk about, like, shooting something, like, if you're making a reference to, like, playing a video game or something, you could get in trouble, I've heard.
I know, it's crazy. And now, like...
They don't trust anyone. Do you trust loonies? They're like, oh, I'm going to go shoot up the school tomorrow. All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
I understand that. That was kind of like a wake-up call that said, okay, maybe we should be taking some precautions. But
you have to.
But at the same time, stuff is getting overboard.
I could see where you need to draw a line of where things should not, like, get... so, like,
and it isn't something
taken out of proportion.
Yeah, and it isn't something that you can, write on a piece of paper and say, okay, you can do this with your hand. It needs to come down to common sense.
Basically.
When a kindergartner goes like this, he doesn't need to, be expelled from school.
No, I wouldn't say that, but there has been, I think there was something I remember in the news that a a kid that was like in kindergarten or first grade did bring in a handgun and tried shooting someone or did shoot someone.
And that's another problem I have. That of course you're always gonna have bad people who do stupid things, but just because one kindergartner somewhere brought in a handgun and it was a terrible event, you can't go ahead and outlaw, pictures of handguns or the word
No,
shoot or gun.
that's
Just because
stupid.
one dumb person says something, you don't need to change the whole system. You need to fix whatever's going on with that one person.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people started doing, that whenever something happens, instead of saying, okay, this group of people, shot up the school or whatever, they change every school in the United States and people just start freaking out and going crazy instead of saying, okay, why did these people do this? And, how can we prevent this? And I don't know. I just think it's
I just think you do, like you're saying about common sense. There's got to be a line that's drawn saying that. I mean, obviously you can't bring in guns or even have like can't even like make conversation with someone without like if someone's to hear, I'd be like, oh, I can't wait to bring in a gun and blow up and kill people and stab
yeah, I
them.
know.
So
It's like you're not saying that, but
I don't know.
so yeah. I mean, of course there are laws that say no replica weapons or something, but this guy should be fired, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are just too stupid to work for TSA.
Yeah.
If that is the decision making that's going on through his head, if that's like his frame of mind that he's going to ban people with replica weapons, then it's like, okay, you're just too stupid to work
No,
here,
I
and
think
that's it.
that's dumb too. I mean, I don't really understand the thought or point of detaining someone because there's a drawing. What is the point of that?
It's worthless.
I don't understand that unless we've gotten to the concept where things come to life that's in imaginary land or something, which is cool because I never got the memo.